So I came across this debate online of Nepo babies versus Lapo babies. So the Nepo babies are the privileged kids, the kids born into wealth and fortune, and the Lapo babies are the rest of us. There are some things that were said during the debates that I think is worth discussing. So let's have a look.
Connections and family name matter more than hard work in today's world.
I support the fact that connections and family name matters more than hard work. Me, as a person, I don't believe 100% in hard work, because if it is actually by hard work, we would have had more successful people than people that are struggling. All you just need sometimes is your dad's name. Whatever you want, you are going to get it.
On face value, it seems obvious that name and connection matter more than hard work. And I think the context is very important, because if you're thinking about it in terms of Nepo babies and Lapo babies, that's what these guys are actually talking about. It's obvious that the connection is far more important than hard work. Not like it's far more important. It's really useful. But if there's a case of Nepo babies versus Nepo babies, I think in that particular case, hard work is more important. Let's take Dangote and Otedola's children, for example. If their children are competing for a particular role, at that moment, family name and connect cease to exist, because they both have it, so it cancels out. At that point, it becomes obvious that hard work is going to matter more. And I would like to say this also. Personally, I think that hard work ultimately beats connection and all those things, because it's the only thing that can defeat connect and family name. If you're not hardworking, you don't even stand a chance. You've heard stories of people that came from nothing, but because of how hard they worked, they ended up getting into high paying positions. It wasn't because there were no competitors who had connect and family name. It's because their hard work brought a quality of value to the table that no one could resist. And I think it's hard work that has proven to do that over and over again. It's hard work. Like, if you chisel yourself into something very valuable, you can really end up in anywhere, because what speaks for you in the final analysis is your output.
Privilege should come with an obligation to help others succeed.
Hi again.
Hi once again.
I disagree, because I don't owe you anything. I owe you nothing.
We human beings, we are made for each other. So if you see someone that is below your par and you think that, oh, I can help this person, and one thing you should also understand.
I'm not laughing at the guy. I found what he said funny. I think there's a difference. But I think to what he said, I think there's no contest. Nobody really owes you anything, really. I think if you go about your life thinking people owe you shit, you are setting yourself up for a lot of disappointment. Now, that being said, I think it would be a really good thing, and it will foster a better society if wealthy people actually help the less privileged. I don't think it's something that the society should demand from them, because, I mean, they also worked really hard to get their wealth, and I think it should be within their own rights for them to decide whatever they want to do with their wealth. If someone really wants to make a lot of money so that he could buy a huge yacht, I think it's a valid claim. If you don't like it, you make your money and buy whatever you like. I think he's at liberty to do whatever he wants with his money. So far, he's not committing crimes. I totally support the notion that the rich people should help the poor. I totally support that, but I don't think it's something that the society should force on them. I don't think there's anything good about the society forcing anyone to do anything. I think everyone should maintain the rights to their free will. It doesn't really matter if you're rich or poor. Everyone has free will, and everyone should decide how they want to live their life. It shouldn't be something that the society is like meddling in it.
Lapo babies are naturally more hardworking.
Well, I want us to go
No,
first.
it's Lapo babies.
I'm not here to say Nepo babies are not hardworking. But you see, Lapo babies, we have to work super hard for us to be seen. Unlike Nepo babies.
What in your life would you say you've done like extraordinary more than the next person?
Public universities, our lecturers don't teach us nada. We have to do research, work very hard. And now those in private universities, the lecturers come, they teach them, they do enough practical. Everything I know today, I say it, I did it, like I learned it because I wanted to learn it.
So I think there are some events in life that if you haven't experienced it, you really cannot, you cannot conceptualize what the other person is talking about. Let me explain what I mean. Something like having a child, losing a loved one. There are a few other events that if you don't experience it, you don't really know what people are talking about when they are describing it. You just don't know. Like if someone is telling you about how it feels to have a child and you've never had a child, you really don't know what they're talking about. And I think one of those things that you cannot know without experience is the reality of being poor. Like if you haven't been poor, you really don't know what poor people are talking about when they are saying things like they have to struggle to be seen. You really don't know what they're talking about. You think I don't know what a rich person would compare that to because it really doesn't exist in their reality. Now, I'm not trying to say Nepo babies don't work hard. Of course, they work hard. But whatever hard work you think you're doing as a Nepo baby, think about it like this. If, okay, let's say you are both managing directors of a very big firm, a Lapo baby and a Nepo baby. So at this point, you guys are almost doing equal work. Now, but the difference is this the Nepo baby had to work hard first to even get the opportunity to compete at that level. Now, for a Nepo baby, that was a given. He or she was just born and boom, she has an opportunity to apply for a big job. But as a Lapo baby, you have to, you have to figure out how to feed yourself first, figure out how to get an accommodation, figure out how you can sponsor yourself to school, just to get to that point where you can now compete with Nepo babies. That's why I don't think it's fair to say Nepo babies work as hard as Lapo babies. I don't think it's an equal playing field. Maybe at the point where we are both CEOs and both of us have to work equally. But to get to that point where I can even compete at your level, I've almost died like 4 times.
I feel like a good name and connections can give you access. So if you're saying that just because Nepo babies have access to money, they have access to resources and time, they don't have to do the work, then it's wrong.
Yeah, I think that's just exactly what I said. The access, the time, the resources. A Lapo baby needs to generate that by himself. And that's a lot of work on its own. So you now add that to whatever comes next. It's clear. The clear winner is Lapo babies.
Nepo babies are already privileged on all that already.
Yeah.
But you guys are survivors. You're trying to look for the next meal you're going to eat. Also, I just try to build wealth and all.
Yeah, exactly.
But I won't say that it's just a few percent of Nepo babies that are actually hard workers. If I put it like that, hard workers. But again, I give it to you. And I really appreciate that you're also a hard worker right now. Like, I can't even...
Oh, Jesus. Okay, the girl.
I totally agree with what he said, and I think he has been the most honest Nepo baby on this panel. I think only a few percentage of Nepo babies are actually hardworking. Not because I think Nepo babies are lazy, but because just a few percentage of people are hardworking. So I think it's common. Even among the Lapo babies, I think it's just a few percentage of them that is hardworking. Because I mean, like, the average person is lazy. That's just what it is. Ultimately, I think Nepo babies are just kids whose parents already did what Lapo kids are trying to do for their children. What I mean as a Lapo kid, you're trying to get rich, you're trying to get your money up. Why are you trying to do that? You're doing that so that your family will not suffer what you suffered. And the Nepo kids right now are the people whose parents made that decision too. So if anything, I think Lapo babies should see Nepo babies as motivation to work harder, because obviously that's what we are trying to do for our kids. We're trying to get our money up so that our kids can come to a debate panel and be on the Nepo babies side. I'm also aware of this public sentiment against Nepo babies because they didn't really have to struggle as much. And a lot of people think they are spoiled children or whatnot. But in reality, we're all trying to get there, and we shouldn't hate on people for getting there first. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and see you guys in the next video. Peace.